Hi, Simona. Thank you for joining. We'll just wait for a few others to join. Hi. Hi, Sienna. Well, in India, the first week of September is celebrated as the Nutrition Week. And the theme this year is Fuel of the Future. Now, I'm sure most of you are waiting for me to tell you what is the superfood to lose weight or the latest trending diet that will quickly give you results on that scale. But let me bust your bubble. Well, there is no superfood or a trending food for the future or a trending diet that will set your health goals or your weight loss goals on track. But what it really is developing sustainable habits for eating, sleeping, and exercise. And this is something that I've always been talking about. Now, let's talk about all those unsustainable practices. Yeah. So, to begin with, something that will really put your entire fitness goal off track is counting calories. So, yes, stop counting calories and start counting your blessings. Counting calories is not really equal for everyone, and losing weight is not just a simple mathematic equation where you cut down on calories and just lose weight. All right. When you cut down on calories, you really compromise on your health, on your immunity, on your gut health, and a lot of vitamins and minerals. So please be careful. It is a concept that is not fully understood till today, and do not rely on gadgets to count your calories. Next, the idea of detox. I have a lot of patients who come back from a vacation, or they've just finished a family wedding, or they've had a night out with friends, or they just want to get onto this detox. So they'll tell me, oh no, I've been on this holiday now and I want to get back, I want to start, and let's just put me on a detox diet. Let me tell you, there is no such thing as detox. Yeah, well, please do not get onto any detox supplements, detox teas, detox juices, smoothies, soups, salads. Yeah, what you're only going to do is ruin your health further. What is done is done. You just have to start back and get consistent with what you have been doing. So there is no amount of exercise or healthy eating that's going to undo all the junk that you've eaten or all the damage that you've already done. All right. So detox diets are going to ruin your gut bacteria. Again, you're going to be deficient in the nutrients that you actually need to lose weight. So stop and do not get onto any detox, right? Next is getting onto the latest trending fad diet just because it is backed by some celebrity, endorsed by your favorite Bollywood or Hollywood celebrity, but it's not backed by any science and research. So please be mindful, use your common sense when you're getting onto any diet, because most of these diets, they promise you weight loss and unrealistic weight loss results, which will really compromise your health. All right, like the latest ones are the fasting diets, the keto, the paleo, Atkins. So these are all diets that you should not be getting onto because they are not sustainable. Next, the use of gadgets. Right? I mean, all over the world, especially the European countries and America, gadgets are trending. They're trending for every health measure. They can check your DNA, your gut bacteria, your microbiome, your sleep, your the amount of water that you should be drinking, the steps that you should be counting, the calories that you should be counting, and the calories that you're burning. And of course, the gadget that will never go out of fashion, the weighing scale. Now, be careful. The weighing scale is one gadget that the food industry will never let go out of fashion, because unless and until you stand on that weighing scale and you see that number, they are not going to see profits in their bank accounts. All right. So they'll always make you feel guilty for being overweight or underweight. And you will always rely on that one number to identify your health status. So stop doing it. Your body is much more than that number that you see on your scale. So what are the measures that you should actually be relying on? One is how you feel when you wake up in the morning. If you're really feeling energetic, you're feeling good, you have a good appetite throughout the day, and you're feeling hungry at the right times, means you are healthy and you're progressing. How you feel at the end of the day. If you end up feeling very angry, sleepy, bloated, tired, fatigued, then you're definitely doing something wrong. It may not be entirely your diet, but maybe other parameters. So try and see that you use all of these. Then your menstrual cycle, your poop, how you feel, your skin, your hair, all of these are parameters to identify your health. All right, so not just the number on the scale, but it's something that you should be looking as a whole. The next is stop finding substitutes. Today we keep finding substitutes for dairy because people are finding lactose that does not agree with them, or because they've just turned vegan, so they keep finding substitutes for dairy. So it's almond, it's soya, it's oat milk, it's God knows what else milk. Next is substitute for rice. So there is quinoa, there is cauliflower rice, God knows what else rice. So substitutes for meat. So just because you're not eating meat, you go and find some product on the shelf which says plant-based, and then you start consuming it. What you're actually doing is not just, you're not really, supporting the environment, but you're actually putting a lot of money into the pockets of these people who are making these products. So try and see that you make good, sustainable choices. If your child or if you are intolerant to dairy, that does not mean that you need to find substitutes. Just let it be, and do not force your kid to also have dairy. Rice is grown all over Southeast Asian countries. In India itself, we grow over 100 different varieties of rice. So, and if you look at the Asian population, the risk of diabetes, heart diseases, obesity is much less compared to the West, who does not eat much of rice, and they're more dependent on wheat and white flour for their grains. All right, so don't demonize rice. Rice is absolutely healthy. You do not really need to find substitutes for it. All right, so stop finding substitutes for your meats or protein. Stop finding substitutes for rice, and stop finding substitutes for dairy. Next, stop categorizing food as carbs, proteins, and fats. You should stop doing that and start calling food by its actual name. When you see rice, don't disappoint it. Or when you see a dosa, or when you see a chapati or a bhakri, please don't say, oh, this is carbs. Call it by the name that it's supposed to be called. Similarly with meat, don't just call it protein. If it's chicken, it's chicken. It's a tandoori, it's makhani, it's just fry or whatever it is. Just call it by that name. Similarly with fats. Okay, so stop categorizing your food as carbs, proteins, and fats, because rice, even though it's carbs, it's also got amino acids, and even though your vegetables are high fiber and all of it, it still has got amino acids, it's got antioxidants. It's much more than just carbs, proteins, and fats. All right, so that's one of the worst or the most unsustainable practices to have when you're trying to get healthy. Next, stop using meal replacements. Okay, now meal replacements in terms of fiber gels. Now a lot of people, they feel that, oh, I should not be overeating throughout the day, so I need to take this fiber gel and I will be sorted, and this is something that's going to, but you know what, these fiber gels are just gonna ruin your gut, so try and avoid them. Stop replacing your meals, actual meals, with protein powders, capsules, and some drinks. Stop doing that, because in the long run it's not really sustainable. All right, so these are a few practices that are not recommended and are not sustainable. Now let's talk about the fuel of the future. So what is, or what can be, or what will be the fuel of the future? It's nothing but a three-legged stool. All my Ayurvedic friends always speak about this. And what is this three-legged stool? It's your food, of course, your exercise or movement, and your sleep. It's a three-legged stool. If one of these areas is suffering, then you may be on the best of best diet, or you could be slogging your ass in the gym, or you could be sleeping well for a good 8 hours but still not seeing results. So how should we be eating? What is the sustainable way of eating? Eat local, seasonal, and traditional. Now, my team keeps telling me that, doc, we've heard you saying this so many times and it has got so boring. You keep telling people eat local, seasonal, and traditional, but I feel that how much ever I tell people and how much ever I talk about it, write about it, speak about it, it's not going to be enough, because it's very difficult for people to believe they can have coconut oil, they can have their regular rice, dal, and vegetable sabzi, but it's very difficult for them to believe that. But using olive oil, having broccoli, having soups and salads is very easy for people to believe. So you need to understand that eating local, seasonal, and traditional is the way forward, is the way, and it is the fuel of the future. Next, what about exercise? Now, exercise is a non-negotiable aspect of health. There is no substitute for exercise and sleep. Exercise is not just walking. You need to make sure that you work out at least a minimum 100 minutes every week. That could be about 1 hour, 3 times a week, or 30 minutes every day. And walking is not an exercise. It does not qualify as an exercise. It's a good movement. You need to be mobile throughout the day instead of just sitting in one place. That is what is going to give you results. What kind of exercise? You could do yoga, you can do a little bit of cardio like running, jogging, skipping, stretching. Yeah, and if you want to just start, you can start with small weights. Weight training and strength training is key to reduce or reverse your insulin resistance. All right. And the last most underrated aspect of health is sleep. Now, I have a lot of patients who come and ask me, doc, I've been working out so hard, trying to lift heavy in the gym and eating enough protein and everything, but I still do not see results. Well, one of the reasons could be that you're not getting sufficient amount of sleep or not getting good quality sleep. So sleep is really important. It's a must. Those who have these, cravings for evening to have something chatpata, or to order over Swiggy and Zomato, or to have something junk, well, I'm sure you're not really getting sufficient amount of sleep. So try and work on that. A good 6.5 to about 8 hours of sleep is really good enough. Just make sure that you sleep early and try and wake up early and get that workout done in the morning. All right, so these are your 3 sustainable habits which are the fuel of the future. Guys, over the next 1 week, I will be sharing a lot of videos. Keep following. If you have got questions, please message me directly or comment in the video. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Hi, Dr. Paresh Abazar. Thank you for joining. Fancia. Shout out to all of you. Pio, thank you very much. I know you're in the UK. Thank you. Sienna, Simona, thank you so much for joining in, guys. I will be back shortly with another video, maybe after 2 weeks. And thank you for all your support. Bye.